record from my side and let me share the screen. We'll close it in 5 to 10 minutes, guys. Nothing to worry. Right. Okay. So what is the minimum criteria, guys? If anyone wants to connect to my SQL server, minimum criteria is login should be created for them. Okay. Then only they can connect to my SQL server. Right. Let me explain how Windows authentication. We have two types of authentications, right? Windows and SQL authentication, right? While installing SQL Server, we just discussed about this Windows authentication, SQL Server authentication in just a basic way. Now let me explain clearly how Windows will work, how SQL Server authentication will work. Right. So Windows authentication means clearly Windows authentication means you can log into Windows Server. From there, you can connect to the SQL Server. Clear, guys? Windows authentication means Windows level authentication. Who can log in? See, for example, while connecting to the SQL Server here, if you open Management Studio, okay, if you click on connect button, there are two options. You can see authentication. There are two options. One is Windows, second one is SQL Server authentication. Remaining all are Azure, we don't use it. Only on-prem, we'll use these two only. Windows authentication or SQL Server authentication. Okay. So if you choose Windows authentication, it is not asking username and password. Why it is not asking username and password? With which username it is going to connect to the SQL Server if it is not asking?
System administrator.
Now system administrator. Normally, with which username it is going to connect to the SQL Server?
Windows authentication.
Right. So Windows authentication means earlier, whenever I start this class, what I will do, I'll start the Windows machine. Then I'll log into the Windows server directly, right? While logging into the Windows server, what username and password I'll give, guys?
Sir, the password which we created for Windows.
That's okay. That's okay. Username, what username will give?
Administrator, sir.
Administrator username will give. That means we are logging into which account?
Administrator account.
Administrator account. Imagine Mahesh wants to connect to the server. Mahesh won't use administrator, right? Imagine in the organization I'm saying. Mahesh will have Mahesh account. Anis will have her own account. Okay, so everyone will have your own accounts, guys. You don't use administrator account. Okay, administrator account will be used by only Windows team. That too sometimes, not every time. When you log in with Mahesh, okay, username is Mahesh, password is Mahesh password. If you logged in with Mahesh, what username you will get, guys?
Sir, Mahesh,
here you
sir.
can see administrator, right? As I just logged in as administrator, I can see my username as administrator. If you logged in as Mahesh, if you use Mahesh credentials, what username you can see here?
Mahesh.
Mahesh. If you logged in as Dev, what username you can see here?
Dev, sir.
Dev. Fine, very good. Okay. Now, if you choose Windows authentication, it won't ask username and password. Why it won't ask username and password? Mahesh can log into this Windows server once he gave correct username and password. Agree or not agree?
Yes, sir.
Right? Mahesh is already successfully verified in the OS level. Right? Mahesh username and Mahesh password is already verified in the operating system level. If Mahesh gave wrong password, Mahesh cannot log into Windows machine itself. Agree or not?
Yes, sir.
Right? So as you are already successfully verified user in the OS level, again, it don't ask password for connecting to the SQL server if you have a login in the SQL server. Again, for all these conditions, you should have login in the SQL server. That's what I'm saying. Don't think everyone who can access my Windows server can connect to the SQL server. No. Those who are there in the logins list, they only can connect. How they can connect? They can connect in two ways. What are those two ways? One is Windows authentication way. Second one is SQL authentication way. Windows authentication means Windows level, you are going to be authenticated. Authentication means what? Processing.
X.
Yes, processing username and password, whether correct or not. Checking your username and password is called authentication. You regularly will do authentication while logging into the Gmail. That is also an authentication. You will give your username and password. If it is correct, it will allow you to log into the Gmail. That is called an authentication. Okay, if you go to any malls and all, okay, or else if you go to office, right? Most of you have experienced office, right? You have to flash your ID card. Then only the door will be unlocked. Then only you can enter into the office. That is one kind of authentication. Lot of authentications are there. One kind of authentication is you have to give username and password. One kind of authentication means you have to flash your ID card. One kind of authentication, you have to give your biometric. These are different types of authentication. In the same way, we have two types of authentication. One is login with Windows account. Second one is login with SQL account. Login with Windows account is your Windows authentication. Login with SQL account is your SQL authentication. Clear, guys? Now,
Okay.
okay, so that's why it is not asking username and password if you choose Windows authentication. That doesn't mean it is not taking, it is taking. Okay, what username it is taking? See here, with which account you are entering to the server, that account by default it will take. You cannot edit it. On behalf of administrator, I want to see as Mahesh here. How can I get Mahesh here, guys? Can anyone tell me?
He has a
Sir, we
login.
need to change the
Mahesh
authentication.
logged in
If-
with his credentials in the Windows server, then automatically here Mahesh name will come.
Right, sir.
If Dev logged into the Windows server with his own name, then Dev name will come here. So no need to enter Dev name again. Then if this login, you can see right, computer name / administrator, as it is already there, let me cancel. As it is already there, okay, that's why this account can log into, can connect to the SQL server. Imagine Windows people created a account for Mahesh. So Mahesh can enter to the Windows server, but there is no computer name / Mahesh. Mahesh cannot connect to SQL server, or Dev cannot connect to SQL server. Clear, guys? Don't think it is not taking any username and password. It is taking username and password, but in the Windows level, it is already verified. SQL Server authentication, there is no separate authentication for SQL Server. It will depends on Windows authentication. We have different types of authentication in the Windows level, like algorithms, Kerberos. Kerberos is one kind of algorithm it will use. Okay, your Windows authentication will use Kerberos algorithm. This is a separate concept, that is Windows level concept and all, but usually your Windows authentication will use Kerberos algorithm to log in to verify whether you are a successful user or not. Your SQL Server also will depends on Windows Server only. As discussed, both are same products from Microsoft, so most of the properties are inherited by the Windows. Okay, so again, your SQL Server doesn't have separate security. Your Windows security is highest security. If you can achieve Windows security, so that means you can achieve SQL Server. So that's why it is not asking again username and password if you choose Windows authentication, guys. But don't think it is not verifying. It's already verified, as administrator is a genuine user. He gave with a genuine password. So you are a successfully verified user in the OS level. So again, it won't ask password. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir. Got it.
SQL authentication, you have to give your username and password. Who will connect to SQL authentication? Who will use Windows authentication? Most of the DBS will all use Windows authentication only. We'll have direct access to the Windows servers, and then we'll log into the Windows servers, and then we'll connect to the SQL servers. This is how it will work. Okay. So what you will do, wait a minute. Okay, so let me draw laptop.
While installing SQL Server also we choose Windows authentication mode only, sir.
You can choose any mode. Okay, you can choose any mode, but actually you have to use both mixed authentication. Okay, you can see mixed authentication is there while installing SQL Server, Windows authentication, mixed mode of authentication. Okay, you have to choose. Actually, you can choose Windows authentication during installation. Later, you can change it to mixed mode authentication after installation also. That's why I just
Okay.
installed Windows authentication. But I have to show you, right? How can we change authentication from one to one, from Windows to mixed to Windows? That's why I intentionally used Windows authentication. Now I'll show you how to change authentication type from Windows to mixed mode. Okay, right? But actually, if you choose only Windows authentication, only Windows login can connect to the SQL Server, not other users and all. Don't think all users can connect to the SQL Server using Windows authentication. No, only managers, DBAs will connect to the server using Windows authentication. Remaining all developers, other users will use SQL authentication only. They don't have Windows authentication. Okay, so this is your laptop. Imagine this is your laptop. So what you will do here, you will type MSTSC here. You will type in case you want to connect to this server. What I'm doing regularly, guys, this is my server 192.168.0.106. This is my server. What I'm doing regularly, once we connected to the class, what I'm doing, I'm just turning on the server, this Windows server. Okay, what I'm doing, just to go to my local, I'm opening run. There I'm typing MSTSC or remote, or simply I'm clicking this remote desktop button as it is already pinned to my taskbar. Now I'll get Windows screen. It will ask my username and password, right? Remote desktop. Where is that? Okay, this is my remote desktop connection. Now it will ask the server name or password, server name or IP address. You can give server name or IP address. Once you give, it will ask the password, administrator account password. Once I gave the administrator account password, I can directly connect to the server. That means I can enter into the server. That's it. Okay, I can directly enter into this server. Okay, let me user. So I am a user. Okay, I am directly entering into this server, particular server. That's it. Now I just enter into the server. That's it. Only enter into the server, not yet connected to the SQL server. If my account is created in the SQL server, okay, if my account is created in the SQL server, now what I can do, I'll open SSMS here in the server itself, Windows server itself, SSMS. I'll open SSMS in the Windows server. I'll give this instance name in the SSMS screen. And if I am an eligible user, if my login is created, then I can connect to the SQL server. Clear or not, guys? Is it clear, everyone?
Clear, sir.
What I am doing till now, I am just showing in a pictorial way. That's it. Okay. So this is how your Windows authentication will work. How SQL authentication will work, guys? Usually SSMS will be installed in your laptop itself. For developers, those who are working as a developers, we don't give Windows authentication. They cannot connect to the server directly, guys. Okay. Let me go with one user. Imagine he is a developer. He cannot log into the Windows server. Okay. What he can do, he will, an SSMS, only SSMS will be installed in his laptop, guys. That is a client. This is the server. Directly they will open SSMS, guys, in their laptop. They don't use MSTSC. They don't connect to the server remotely. Directly they will open SSMS. Okay, like here. They will just connect to their laptop. Once they connected to their laptop, once they open their laptop, they will open SSMS in their laptop only. There, they will mention the server name. Okay. So let me show you once it was opened. Okay, so here you can see, right, it is asking server name, right? Now you
Right,
can
sir.
see the server name, right? They will give you the server name here. What is the server name? This is the server name, right? Let me copy, Control C, and they will give you the server name here. And they are not authorized persons to use Windows authentication now. They will select the SQL Server authentication. Imagine Mahesh. Mahesh is a developer. Mahesh will give his name as Mahesh and he will give the password. We'll create a login for them. Okay. You can ask, sir, who will give this password to Mahesh?
EBS only.
DBS only. Will create an account. Mahesh joined as a developer. Mahesh will raise a request. Hey, DBA team, I want to access this server. Can you please provide the access? Once he raised a request, we'll create username, login name for Mahesh and we'll create a password while creating the login name. We'll provide this password to Mahesh. Now Mahesh, what he will do? Simply he will give the server name, he will give his login name and he will give his password and he can click on connect and he can connect to the SQL server. This is how developers will connect. This is called your SQL Server authentication. Your SQL Server authentication will allow you to edit the name, username and password. But Windows authentication won't allow you to edit the username and password. If you want to change it, you have to log out. Okay. You have to log off from the server as an administrator. You have to log into the server as a Mahesh. Then only you can change the username. Clear, guys? Any issues, any doubts in the authentication, Windows and SQL authentication?
No, sir.
Sir, in order to log in developers with their credentials, we
Okay.
should change, sir.
Yes, yes. We are going to
DBS
change
should
create a
change.
separate password for them. And again, that password is eligible only for the first time login. Once Mahesh used the default password, Mahesh immediately will get a pop-up. Please change the password. Then only he can connect to the server. So Mahesh will immediately change his password. So even I also don't know. The DB also don't know what Mahesh password is. So DBS can't misuse other users' logins and passwords.
No, sir, not I am asking that. While installing SQL Server, we choose in Windows authentication mode, sir.
Yes, yes.
In order to log in developer with with his credentials, we should change mode, sir.
Yes, we
Windows
have to change the
to
mode.
mixed
Yes,
mode.
Windows to mixed mode.
Then
Okay,
only we
I'll
can.
show you.
Then
I'll show you.
okay, sir.
I'll show you. Okay, there is a demo for that. I'll show you how to change from Windows to mixed mode.
Then
Nothing
only he can.
simple. Okay. Yes, then only all SQL logins will work. Otherwise, only Windows login will work. Okay, you have to
That's
go to the properties. You have to go to security. There you can see, right, by default it is showing Windows authentication. You have to change it to SQL and Windows authentication. This is mixed mode authentication. You have to click OK. Then SQL logins also can connect. Windows logins also can connect. Okay. Clear, guys? Any issues, any doubts?
Clear, sir.
Okay, done. Okay, so that's it for today. Tomorrow at 7 a.m. we'll discuss how to create logins, how to give access on databases, tables and all. Okay, right? Little bit confusion topic security. Again, for every topic, I'll tell you the same thing. Practice on the same day, but you don't listen. Not an issue for me. That's your headache. So if you don't practice, you won't get anything at the end of the day. Okay, that's it, guys. Okay, thank you. Thank you all. Okay, we'll connect tomorrow at 7 a.m. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.